So in today's episode, I'll be discussing, will robots replace workers?
Hey, Figure One, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
These robots have human-like characteristics and are powered by AI. I believe big tech companies are going to produce these for the masses. What does that mean for workers?
This is a topic that's been weighing heavy on my mind, on my heart for a couple of months now, because what I'm seeing with these first early stages of robots, the ChatGPTs and the Geminis of Google. I mean, these robots are getting more complex, more smart, to the point where I already feel like they know more stuff than us now. They think faster than us now, and we all know it's cheaper to have a robot than a human, because humans get tired, humans want pay raises, humans come with emotions. I mean, there's so many different pros, and then there's cons to it as well. I mean, you don't have humans, you don't have that human touch, you don't have that survival instinct, you don't have that creativity mind, because robots aren't creative. They can regurgitate old information, but they're not creative. So I just wanted to talk about companies like Figure AI, Boston Dynamics. These people have already made robots that can replace pretty much any job right now here in 2024. That happened years ago. We've already had the technology to create these human-like robots that will take everyone's job and do it probably better, cheaper, and much efficient than a human would. We're past that. I think right now they're just trying to figure out how to pay for it, how to implement it, and how to push it into the world. Me personally, I think it starts off as you have companies, McDonald's, Subway, they might hire one robot, and then two, and then three, and then before you know it, it's computers talking to computers, and that's going to be the new business cycle, right? So once that happens, what do low-skill workers, which is the majority of humans, what do they do? Literally, when you think of all the jobs that just require your hands, your entry-level type job, I mean, and that's just starting off now. People don't even understand. Even college jobs are going to be affected. I mean, sometimes I talk to ChatGPT like it's my therapist, but as of right now, we know, cashiers, food cooks, labor jobs, warehouses, construction, I mean, all of those jobs will be wiped out due to robots. And it's we know it. But the more and more I keep thinking about it, it's what's safe? Besides entertaining people, what job could a robot not do or not do better? You know what I'm saying? So, and that we're gonna break down that in today's episode. So let's talk about the rise of AI and automation. AI became this popular thing back in 2012 when I first started hearing a lot of people talk about it. Automation has been something that's been part of business, I feel probably before the internet came about. And then once the internet came about, you had softwares, companies like Zapier and ManyChat. People have been creating different softwares to help businesses automate their process for years now, and I think that's just going to streamline to even more. I mean, I do it as a business owner. Every day I wake up, I try to figure out ways that I can cut, not just labor, but time as well. Humans, we can only work 18, maybe 16 hours if you built like that. But, competing against a robot that can work 24 hours as long as the battery's charged, man, I don't know about that. The thing about it though that really concerns me is when I think about the future and I think about this world where robots are living among us and we're dealing with them on our day-to-day lives. Like I was stating earlier, what job is safe? I don't think lawyers are safe. I don't think doctors are safe. I mean, all the job that they told you to go to school for, and you could, pilots aren't safe, police officers aren't safe. nothing safe. Like right now, we're seeing it affect graphic design. We're seeing it affect, other creative fields that we probably didn't even think that robots would affect. We're seeing that happen already. For me personally, I don't think an accountant's not safe. I don't think chefs aren't safe. I don't think drivers aren't safe. I don't think there's not a single job on this planet except, like I said, entertaining people. And eventually they might make robots that entertain us better than what we could possibly do. So, but as of right now, I mean, that might be the only thing, but I think about 5 to 10 years from now, once it gets into, which is, I'm gonna bring to my next topic, there's gonna be a crisis in jobs, because once 5 or 10 years come into effect, and these companies like Figure AI, they release 8 million robots into the world, and they're gonna start doing jobs, and people are gonna be like, yo, let me pay them over you. And I think about like the minority race, for example. The blacks and Hispanics are already dead last in almost every single category. What happens when you put 8 million robots out there that can do what they do? You don't have to pay them minimum wage. You don't have to give them wages. You can talk to them, treat them however you want to, and don't have to worry about cancel, social media, none of that. Who's safe? And then on top of that, it's like, what even scares me more is some people are like, oh, I need to start a business. How are you gonna compete against the big boys when you're probably not gonna be able to hire these robots to work for you in the same mass and capacity that they are? I mean, when these companies build these robots, the first thing they do is they go to the big tech companies, big movie Hollywood studios, and they're working with them, they're testing them out. These people are gonna get first dibs, first hand, and there's not gonna be much we can do about it. They're like, oh, well, the government is gonna start giving out a universal, income. Unfortunately, I think that's what it's gonna come down to, but that scares me even more, because now once everyone is dependent on the government and you're getting paid by them to live, you're going to listen to everything they say, you're gonna do everything that they say, and there's going to be no free thought anymore. Control. I mean, I can't even imagine what that world is going to look like. But I see it coming, and I don't see nothing this AI disruptive is going to change the world in ways that we've never seen before. And it happens every single time. Like electricity was built, railroads were built, planes. You have cars. Like every time you have a new piece of technology, other industries die out and the world changes. And that's very true. And everyone keeps saying, well, AI is going to create new jobs. What jobs? I'm seeing more jobs lose as opposed to what I'm seeing being created. And then I can't even think of a job that could be created that a robot can't do. They're literally being programmed and trained to think in the same form and capacity as us. So, I mean, the world that we're moving to is going to be crazy, and I just hope this video gives you a fair warning that you don't be like everyone else I do. It's like, oh, I don't care. When it happens, and then when it happens, oh my gosh, the government, big business screwed us. Like, no, you need to be thinking about your future right now. You need to be thinking about a world where big tech companies are flooding the streets with robots to compete for the same jobs that you do every single day. I believe we all need to be reconsidering what this world's going to look like, what's important to us, what's going to make us happy, because times are going to get hard. And like I said, especially for like blacks and minorities, they don't even have the capital to be able to compete with stuff like this. So I can only imagine. I mean, minorities, poor minorities in particular, already work the worst jobs that are out there. What happens in the future? Who gets left behind, and how do you adapt to that? And like I said about 5 to 10 years. My math could be off. Who knows? When is this day coming? I think these are conversations that you should have with your friends, your family, your significant other, and just prepare, brace yourself, and adapt for it, because a world with robots is coming, and there's nothing that we can do about it. set up, prepared, and make sure that we don't get left behind. Thank you for watching my video, and make sure you subscribe to my page, and I'll see you next time. Make sure you like and hit the subscribe button. It'll really help my channel out a lot, and I'll really appreciate it.